Well, hey guys, it's Josh here. I'm just checking in to you again from my nice little lovely apartment here where currently there's a storm outside, so it might affect the audio a little bit. I don't know too much about that. Not until I actually get it to post-processing. But anyways, I'm coming to you very recently from this debate that I had with Matt from the Linux Cast where we were discussing what a rolling release was. And I'm a proponent of the rolling release model, yes. However, I very likely and probably define what a rolling release is very differently from what you do. Because, anyways, I figured I'd just point you out towards, this Wikipedia article that I got right here on the desktop. Oh, by the way, yeah, still on Debian. But anyways, what this rolling release is Wikipedia has this very well cited article here where we've got these three references right here, and what it defines a rolling release is a rolling update or continuous delivery of your packages for your Linux distribution. Which basically what that means is Arch Linux versus Ubuntu, where Ubuntu might not receive consistent package updates with features and the latest and greatest, whatever. But anyways, there's nothing in here that actually says that a rolling release distribution is actually going to be the latest and greatest packages. And if we look at all the citations here of what is a rolling release, posted by over here on Easy Tech Junkie, this guy goes through and he explains it too. He never says anything about running bleeding edge or the latest and greatest packages. Same thing with rolling release versus fixed release, continuous delivery. Whereas when, like I said, rolling release is a continuous delivery and rolling updates. Yeah, and this is in the Ansible documentation. Looks like this is an archive link for some reason, so maybe it just doesn't exist in modern versions. But yeah, this was posted on Ansible.com's documentation website, August 2018. And you can see here on ZDNet where he takes time, yeah, it is the guy that wrote this. But this is Greg KH, who said that he had retired his traditional Linux distro for all rolling releases. And, it discusses what is a rolling release in this. And honestly, a rolling release operating system is not going to be your latest and greatest. Case in point here would probably be like how Solus handles releases compared to, say, how Arch Linux handles releases. Solus Linux does not ship you the latest and greatest software at all times. In fact, even Gentoo's stable branch does not ship you the latest and greatest software packages at all times. Instead, what they do is they take a more Manjaro approach method where it's just like they'll pull in the packages, they'll do some quality assurance testing on them, and then they'll release them to you. They still count as a rolling release. Manjaro counts as a rolling release, right? Even though they might actually have version numbers. Debian stable, by the way. If I just simply open up a terminal and, I just sudo vim /etc apt sources.list, you know the easiest way to turn Debian into a rolling release? You go over here, go to where it says bullseye, and you just put in stable. And I'm just going to change that one line, but you can see I can still pull in sudo apt update. And you can see where it's getting all the information. Debian right there. Debian stable in release. And it looks like it's got a hit from it. And it looks like I do have some upgrades I can do. But anyways, that's how you turn Debian stable into a rolling release. Speaking of which, I should probably change that back now. But yeah, that's how you turn Debian stable into a rolling release distro. And honestly, I don't understand when people say that a distribution can't be called a rolling release if it doesn't ship the latest and greatest version of a package. Because that's not how this document explains it to you. And yes, I know I'm using the Wikipedia, but you can go all the way down here to references. All of these references here, you can look at them all, and they will agree with this Wikipedia article. I mean, I didn't read this one, but you can see where I've actually clicked on all of them on these links here to read what a rolling release counts as. But yeah, I just figured we need to put this debate to an end. I mean, if you want to run the latest and greatest and bleeding edge, go for it. If you want stability, you don't have to. If you want a stability-focused rolling release, you don't have to run a distro that ships the latest and greatest. In fact, like I said, you can turn Debian into a rolling release. You can do the same thing with Ubuntu, actually. Don't tell anybody that, but there's a reason why they have this project known as the Rolling Rhino. But I don't understand why people keep coming out and saying that a rolling release has to ship the latest and greatest. No, what a rolling release literally means is that they're going to ship you the latest patch sets that they have for the package that they serve you. That's all that a rolling release means. And you might argue that Solus doesn't count as like a rolling release because it does have a version number. Same thing goes with Manjaro because it has a version number and they release their version numbers on a set schedule. That doesn't actually matter. They just do that because they're developers and it's nice to have like that target goal. That's really it. Whereas Arch, because they're actually working on like themes and some innovations, or maybe they're a small team and they just need like that version number to keep them focused on what they're working on. Because you guys have to realize that Arch Linux is actually a very popular distribution. There's a lot of people working on it, but at the same time, they just ship you the plain vanilla package of everything. So that saves them a lot of time because they're not taking the time to theme GNOME to the point where like Josh hates the version of GNOME that they ship because they effectively break GNOME. Or they're not like Zero Linux where we're just going to come out with a KDE that looks almost exactly like GNOME on a Mac OS machine or something like that. But yeah, I just figured I'd just make this quick video and just show my point to you guys. But anyways, guys, Home Lab video is coming next week. I'll see ya.